This is 2B2T, a server where Minecraft's best hackers play, while in the process destroying the world and making the game unplayable. Unless, however, you have hacks to avoid it all. But this got me wondering, is it possible to survive on this server without hacking? To find out, I'm spending 100 days in 2B2T to see if I could find some of the oldest secret bases, explore the depths of the most dangerous areas, and build a massive secure base of my own, all without hacks. And as the sun rises on day 1, you could already tell things are immediately different. Instead of being met with trees and a beautiful landscape, this server greets you with holes that can take you to your death and Nazi symbols. And with there being no trees for 10,000 blocks, if I wanted to make any progress, I would need to escape spawn. But it wouldn't be so easy, as 2B2T is known for how horrendously difficult it is to escape spawn, and that's with hacks. So to make this actually possible, I brought a sweaty Minecraft friend along to help me survive, and I was just about to meet up with him. This is Jepex, my survival guide, tour guide, and the guy who's gonna carry the boats on this journey. Now that we had met up, it was time to get out of spawn, and after a bit of travel, we found an overworld path, which if we followed would lead us out of this shithole. And after a bit of walking, we found a demonic pentagram, but then the sun rose and we had officially survived one day without hacks. One thing I've learned through my many playthroughs of 2B2T is not to run because you lose hunger, and when you reach 0, of course you die, which used to annoy me, but I've learned to love because it forces you to slow down and look at the cool memorials that have been there for almost a decade. But this also made us bump into our first obstacle in the road, which unexpectedly was not players but mobs. Since we couldn't waste any saturation, we couldn't sprint, so we had to figure out another way to get by them. But luckily we were able to get past these guys pretty easily, but the next ones not so much. And with a spider right behind our backs, we traversed one move ahead every time until the night of day 3, when it seemed like we were getting close to escaping spawn. Why did this 5-year-old
I'm dead. I'm dead. No!
Do I have to drown myself?
Yes!
And with no possible way to do this without Jepex, I had to end my run and restart. But this time, trying to find each other wasn't so easy, and spawn was proving to be a problem. As days went by, this was seeming to be impossible without hacks, until the most unexpected block helped us escape. Oh, we're on the same path.
Really? Is it because the same fucking signs are spammed?
Cody Smile! Is yours Cody Smile?
Yeah.
Wait, you know what? Actually, is yours August 30th?
29.
Bro can't take a step without placing a sign. But by some miracle, it helped us. Just by following the dates of the sign, Cody Smile 11 reunited us. But it wasn't long before we were face to face with death again. Nether portals are known for being trapped with no way of escape. But if it wasn't trapped, we would be out of spawn. And by now, I'm willing to take that bet. No way!
Okay, follow me.
Even though we didn't get trapped, there was still one more thing, or should I say person, we had to dodge before we escaped. Crouch McLean!
Go through!
Go through what?
He mined me, he's trying to mine me. I'm out, I'm in a portal.
Go. Run. Oh my god, that was terrifying. We had officially escaped spawn, which meant we could check off the goal of exploring the most dangerous areas. Only 2 goals left. And just to add on to it, a player came to us and randomly gave us gear, so we traveled 20k blocks out to try to find a safe place to base up, which would move us on to our second goal. And even though we had completed the first goal, these next 2 were gonna really put us to the test to see if it's possible. And as we moved on to day 12, we were getting closer to where we would want to base up. But right before we did, there was still one more place I wanted to check out. Like I said earlier, I had played the server before, and I had made a base that was pretty close to our cores right now, and if it's still intact, I had a bunch of items that could help us survive. So we spent all of day 13 and 14 traveling, in the process finding a giant swastika and a Cody Smile 11 gapple, until we were finally closing in on the cores.
Right there it is.
Yo!
A couple holes in it.
Oh no!
All gone.
It's all grief. Even though all my stuff was grief, to me, this was always the cool part about 2B2T. Everything is here forever, so no matter how much time goes by, it's always nice to come back and see how much things have changed. Along with seeing someone took a nice shit next to my base. So I went and crafted a sign and placed it at the top to forever lock in this memory. But then on day 16, it was time to create a new legacy, so we went through the nether and went a couple thousand blocks until we thought we found a spot that was far enough not to get grief. And to our surprise, we actually found a really cool island. Yeah, it might look barren now to the casual mind, but to me, I see an entire kingdom here. But now we can finally start on our next goal of building a massive secure base that hopefully doesn't get destroyed like my other one. And apparently I didn't notice till now, but this base has food. It's just like that quote they always say, if you don't come, the kingdom will come. We had a lot to do to make this base complete, so I listed them all out, starting with getting rid of the mobs. And while I'm doing that, apparently someone DM'd Jepex saying they had a secret base that was years old we could visit, which would cross off the final goal if we went. But we're gonna have to deal with that later on because I just finished killing all the mobs. And to get rid of the mobs forever, I moved on to the next thing on the list, getting torches. And also while I'm down here mining some cobwebs, which will be the most important part in a bit. I then combined the string into wool, and then I mined some of the wood, which if you didn't understand by now, finally got us a bed, which means I never have to go to spawn again. I hope. Then I grew our first tree, infinitely giving us wood and hopefully making this island less bland. And lastly, spawn-proof the island with torches. And from here, it was kind of just rinse and repeat. Break tree, grow tree. And on day 19, we made the essentials, which might be a little late, but think about it. We already have full diamond. We're just doing things in different order. And on day 20, I was bored of growing these trees, so I decided to move on to try to figure out how we're going to travel 2 million blocks to get to that player's secret base. The player that sent it thinks we're using hacks and said it would only take a day to travel there. So how in the hell are we going to travel there without hacks? Well, I'll tell you my solution. A whole lot of fireworks, which will also need a whole lot of sugarcane and a whole lot of gunpowder. And I'm guessing you wouldn't feel like killing a million creepers either. So I'm going to the nether because netherrack is super easy to break and will easily give me enough materials to build a creeper farm. And yes, this is Fortnite music in Minecraft. Hop off the glaze train, buddy. These 100 days have made me realize my attention span is so short. In the middle of getting materials, I started making a farm. This cannot be healthy. But hey, now we never have to worry about food again. Remember when we had to walk everywhere? And then Jepex died and made us restart? That was fun. But you could only procrastinate for so long, so then I had to go back to getting materials, but this time the hard ones. Yay! Other than that though, the trees are growing, and so is the sugarcane, but it really shouldn't take that long to make a huge farm of these. Day 25, we're a quarter of the way through, and where the hell did Jepex go? Well, at least we only have one material left for the farm, but it takes a lot of wood, and I'm not trying to break down any of my trees, so I'm gonna have to travel to see if there's any other trees nearby. And I'm not even kidding, 30 blocks out, there was a giant jungle. And here I was thinking I was at a loss for materials. But it turns out the only thing I lost was my mind, because I immediately saw the wither and was like, oh yeah, content. But in reality, all it took to scare me away was for the wither to go in the air. Oh, and then this entire experience just wasted my only totem, which as you can tell right here, triggered a flick in my brain. Because this was the exact moment I decided I was gonna kill that fucking wither. So I immediately took off to where the wither was. Then I landed on equal ground to show dominance, which seemed to do the trick because bro was shivering, missing all his shots. But then I got hit and immediately dipped. You're right, I don't want the smoke, I can't handle all that. I ran away and still paid the price. Wow. But it's day 27 now. This time I learned my lesson though, because I just went to get the wood I needed, which meant I have all the materials I needed to get started on the creeper farm. So I swam out as far as I could, because for these to be as efficient as possible, you need to be at least 7 chunks away from all land. So when I found the perfect spot, I built up to around 200 blocks, I think. I'm not gonna lie to you, from here I just zoned out, put the tutorial on, and built this while watching Naruto. And you might think, oh, that's easy and fun, but no, in fact, it's the complete opposite. I don't know what gang initiation I tried out for, but god, I dealt with mobs 24/7 and creepers. Oh my god, creepers. But on day 36, I was done. Yup, 9 days this took, equal to 3 whole hours, which is a lot of lost time, and if I want to be able to travel to the secret base and build my own, I'm gonna need to make up some time. So I took a break from making the rockets and started back on building my base. My plan was to make the Roman Empire because 2B2T kids are weirdly obsessed with history, and my hopes are if they like it enough, they'll see it and leave it untouched. So that's why you see me breaking sand. The first thing I need to do is make this island look like Rome, and to do that first I need to have a beach, and currently my island doesn't have that. I also have to collect clay so I can make bricks because that's the main build source they used back then. Since there aren't any deserts around, I'm forced to dig underwater, which also forces me to use doors, and with iron tools this took forever. But again, that's what I love about about 2P2T. It makes you think outside the box. But also soon, I have to find a way to upgrade my tools because I can't last with iron forever. But for now, I started building the beach. This time, I'm trying to build without any schematics or tutorials. I'm really trying to get that raw Minecraft experience. Just like the experience I had with your mom. All jokes aside, on day 41, I crafted some bricks for later and also made my island look like California, so I would have some more room for the beach. On day 42, I got rid of the remaining trees and expanded the beach all the way to the edge of the island. For my first time ever training, I was actually really proud. You can't even tell the difference. By night, it was finished and time to start on the paths that connected everything. This is what really put me in the Roman building mindset. And on day 43, I officially connected everything in my base using sandstone slabs and chiseled sandstone 5 blocks apart. I then took a break for now and headed to the nether for a very important surprise. Oh my god, I'm dead. Just kidding, that's the 2P2T guy I've been DMing, Crackety. Remember earlier I said I needed better tools? Well, I might have gotten a hookup. But just like all things, it's not that easy. Crackety said now that he gave me all this stuff, I had to show him my base coords. And yeah, I would just run away, but he could just track me down with tracers. So it was either die or trust him. So I showed him the way to my base. Nothing could go wrong, right? Let's take this in, just in case this is the last time I see my base. But assuming this guy doesn't have the same morals as Pain, I just went back to building and also tested out my new tools. So much better, by the way. Yeah, I probably could have done this from the beginning, but where's the fun in that? And on day 52, I got all the resources I needed. But before I build, I started expanding my sugarcane farm. I want to make sure this farm is big enough to give me enough paper for the rockets. And also, this should make the side of the island more useful. And now we just wait for this to grow, I'll break it, and keep expanding. Day 53 though, I was back to building, thus moving the path towards the sugarcane. Then I flattened out Sugarcane Island and made it look a bit nicer. Day 54 through 57 was just getting all the boring chores out of the way, like expanding the farm, grinding more resources, and lighting up the island. But for the first time, on day 58, I got started on my first major build. This is gonna be a giant Roman cliffside bridge that will hold the nether portal, hopefully replacing the ugly setup we have now. I struggled on a few designs, but eventually I landed on keeping the stone brick with normal bricks as defense. And after Lord knows how many days, guess who's back? Maypig. Yeah, remember the guy from the beginning that was supposed to be my tour guide but dissed me halfway through? He's back now. So I gave him a little tour of my base so far.
Oh, that's cool.
So there's our sugarcane farm.
Oh, yo, a bridge to nowhere.
It's not done. It's gonna be to our. It's gonna be like to a portal and then our giant base.
Yo. Why do they have harming arrows? Netherite. Big day.
After I was done showing him around, I realized how low I was on resources, and going underwater wasn't cutting it anymore. So I decided to make some shulkers, craft some rockets, and head out to find a desert to get enough sand. But little did I know how risky this journey actually could be. When I started flying around, I started seeing portals everywhere, which usually wouldn't be a big deal, but I just read that your base needs to be 100k out not to be griefed. Ours was only 20k out, so if I got found, all our progress could be over. Along the way, I was able to dodge some withers and find a guardian temple, which is super rare being intact this close to spawn. And when I got closer, I found out why. Apparently, if you touched this temple, the owners would find you and kill you. So I immediately dipped. And not too many rockets later, I finally found the desert, which also had a really cool abandoned base attached to it. And if this is how bad bases are on the server, now I know I could definitely make my base a relic. I would just need a lot of sand from here. Day 64 through 66 were all spent on doing that. Not that much went on, just a casual mob every now and then. But on day 67, when I had filled my shulkers, is when the trouble really came in. Because right when I was leaving to head home, you'll never guess who I ran into. Oh, I found a giant penis.
Oh, wow. You were not kidding.
No, not that. I found the ops. And this time, I wanted revenge, and I wasn't gonna run away. No matter what, I was sticking this fight, losing my items and all. But right away, I was hit with a good blast, immediately popping my totem. But still, I just swam deeper, avoiding the skull.
You're gonna pop. Let's see. Get another. Eat your gaps. Eat your gaps. Eat your gaps. You'll be fine. You won't die now.
Oh my god, it won't get away from me, will it? And knowing I couldn't handle this alone, I called Mavic to come help. All I would need to do is survive till he gets here.
Why the f you 3K in the wrong direction?
What direction?
On your Z, you need to head south, but you're really far north.
That way?
There, that way. That way. Go that way. See that?
I'm gonna die. It flew up before I could do anything. Oh, there you are.
Go under the ice. Okay? Stay there. Jepex. Quit moving! Actually, quit moving. It's gonna go into melee mode. I need you to come up here and help me once it does.
Okay, do I out heal the wither? The withering?
It's dead.
Let's go! That was so
my
easy.
God. Shut! You didn't hit it once!
I hit it twice.
No, you didn't!
I did.
On day 70, happy with my revenge, I headed back home, where I finished the bridge by extending the sandstone to the ocean floor, making it look like an ancient build that was there for centuries. Then I finally destroyed the old ugly nether setup and built the new one on the bridge. Speaking of, I've been here for 70 days now and I still don't have a house. So I immediately got started on that. I wanted this to be a Roman palace. So I first covered my old base because I wanted this one to be on land. Then when I had the ground set up, I built fancy hedges at the entrance to the palace. And I also built trees that leaded up to it, but for some reason I struggled really hard on making these. I tried my best, okay? Now it was time to build the palace. I started by building the stairs that wrap around the whole thing. Then I built the pillars out of chiseled sandstone, trying to keep that design I had for the whole island. The rest was just pretty boring stuff. I built the entrance, finished the walls, and added a unique design for the roof. And to finish it off, I added a pool at the entrance, and boom, now my second goal has been completed without hacks. Now moving on to the last one, we have to travel to that old secret base. And luckily, Mapic AFK'd a bunch of gunpowder, giving us enough to travel there. So I then got the rest of the sugarcane needed to make paper and crafted them all into rockets. Enough for both me and Mapic. And on day 80, we decided it was finally time to leave. Then we said goodbye to our home for the last time and entered the nether, not knowing if we would make it back alive. All we needed to do now was to go to the nether roof and travel the distance. So we headed that way, but what we didn't know was that the nether roof kills you.
It kills you. I died.
Wait, what?
I'm at spawn. It kills you.
That was so much shit you just lost, dog.
Dude, the nether roof kills you. I'm at spawn, dog. It doesn't even matter that I lost it.
Luckily, we were able to meet back up, but now being low on rockets, we didn't know if the shulker we had would be enough to get us there. But we can't know until we try, so we flew, saving our rockets as much as we could. This would be a lot more dangerous as we're going through the normal nether, which could mean seeing players, but even still, we kept flying. It was a long journey filled with confusion.
Where the fuck?
Oh my god.
And close deaths. But we were able to make it close without being spotted. And just now, we were about to get there.
Oh,
Yo, this is an OG village, Andre.
yo.
Holy shit. What do we find?
Is this it?
This is it. This isn't like here. Let's go to the chords though. Yeah, follow me. Okay. Going to what? We're going. Going to what, level 5? You excited, Andre?
Yeah, this is what it's all been building up to. Oh, actually, Will.
Wait. Oh! Oh! Holy sh! Holy sh!
Oh my god! Yo! Stagnation!
Andre,
Dude.
it goes all the way back here. Come here.
Yo!
This is insane, dog. Like, this is actually insane, dog.
And with that, the third and final goal was complete, showing that it is possible to survive on 2p2t without hacks. But on day 100, it was all over. But there is still so much left for me to do, like finish the bridge, find a hacker, and make a 2p2t game. So if you want to see a 200 days, all I ask is for you to subscribe and join my Discord. But in the meantime, maybe watch this.